Hello, hello, hello there. So, y'all, have you ever felt like an accidental studio owner? Or maybe you identify as a creative and not necessarily a business person. Or you've had your business for a while and there's some things that you feel really strong with, but others you feel like, ooh, if I only had the right answer, this is what is possible, right? And so I want today to dive into the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of our program and answer any questions that you might have about it. So we're going to totally dive into that today and go through it. Now, if you're joining us, say, hey, Erin, what's up? Let me know that you're here. I always want to know who's with me when I come on and do these lives. That way we can have an awesome conversation, y'all. So, now, as we dive into this, I'm going to be going through some of the key components of the program, let you have a little sneak peek of all the awesomeness that there is to hold. And we are going to, hello there. Hey, 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 y'all. Get me distracted. I'm so excited to see you guys this morning. Um, so if you're joining us, say, hey, Erin, what's up? Let me know that you're here. And even if you come back and on the replay, I want to know that as well. And we can continue the conversation and make sure that we get any questions answered that you might have about the Studio Accelerator Boot Camp. Okay, so if you're new here to this group, hello there. I'm Erin Bird. I'm your hostess with the mostest. I support studio owners and educators just like you who want to grow their businesses all without the overwhelm, the stress, the burnout, or even sacrificing your personal life. Because the truth of the matter is that you can have it all. You can have your passion and you can have a profitable business. They don't, it's not one or the other. You can actually have both and really live your dream life. Now, if you want to learn more or if you want to continue this conversation about the Studio Bootcamp Accelerator and see if it's right for you, then just drop the word boot camp below and I will personally reach out to you and we can set up a time to chat more in depth. So, y'all, Studio Accelerator Bootcamp. It actually starts next week on June 23rd. I'm so excited. Let me tell you, the studio owners who have already jumped in and said yes and secured their spot, they are already, before the program's actually started, they are already seeing results. And let me tell you why. Because everything that we do, we want to start with a strong foundation. So that is going to be the key and the beginning stages of our program is we are starting and we are talking about building a really strong foundation. And what does that start with? That starts with knowing your values, your big why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is your goals? What are your objectives? What do you stand for as a studio owner? And so we have to start with the strong foundations in mind, right? Because sometimes, let me know in the comments if this is you, because if I'm going to be completely honest with you, it was me. When I first started my business, it was partially because I wanted more freedom. I was working in corporate America and working a lot of hours. And I was really good at my job, but it was kind of sucking my soul. Right? And I needed to replace that income. And I wanted to come back to dance. I love dance. But, in my prior experiences with dance when I was teaching, it was not enough money to raise a family on, right? When I was teaching for someone else. And it didn't give me the freedom that I wanted for my family. And so I had left the dance industry and I was teaching, working full time in corporate America. And so I thought, okay, how do I come back to dance, but actually make it where it's a sustainable income for my family? But which meant I was just replacing a job for a job in a way at first. And I didn't have a degree in business or anything like that. And so there were a lot of bumps along the way. There was a lot of learning and mistakes that were made. And my goal and my hope for you all now, as I am helping studio owners, is to really help them feel confident as a studio owner, as a business person, not just a dance educator, right? Or a creative, but to actually feel confident as a business owner, right? And so we need to start with some really strong foundations, and that is where we kick off with our program. We talk about those top pillars that we need to look at. And now I know for a lot of you, you are looking at growing your enrollment. But again, things are different, a little bit different now. Now, there's some old school strategies that still work that we do use, and there's some new things that we use. And so we absolutely dive into studio enrollment and lead generation. And let me tell you, I have clients who, when I share this strategy with them and they start to implement it, I've had studio owners who have added over 100 students in just 6 weeks. Is that bananas or what? Let me know in the comments below. This year, have you added 100 students in 6 weeks? Because if not, there are probably some things that we can implement in your business that will make you start to see those enrollments come rolling in. And let me tell y'all, while I love me some systems, and that is part of this program, this is not about, oh, we're going to automate everything. And you're going to step away and you're going to have leads just rolling into you. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We love the systems. We put the systems in place. It is part of this program, but there is work involved. And I believe that automation cannot be in lieu of human connections, right? Okay. You grew 100 students this whole season. Yay! That is a huge win, and it should be celebrated, right? Absolutely. Yes, y'all. Now, which leads me to something. When you are in the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp, we celebrate the wins, big or small. We celebrate, and the reason that we celebrate together, and I am obsessed with celebration, is because what we focus on grows. And when we focus on the wins, more wins just keep flowing into us, right? I just had a conversation with someone, and we were talking about the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp, and she said, oh my gosh, last week when we first started talking about this, I was stressing because my preschool class was not full like it always had. And we had a chat, and you gave me, a few little things. And oh my gosh, this week it is now full. Wow! Right? And she was able to recognize what we focus on grows. And that is why I'm so obsessed and determined and fanatic about us celebrating the wins. So right now, can we do something? Because I want to celebrate with you. So drop in the comments below. Let me know, what can we celebrate together right now? It doesn't have to be 100 students in 6 weeks, but it could be, I'm in the Done Club and my recital went off beautifully. It could be, oh my gosh, I filled up that preschool camp that I was looking to fill. Right? It could, whatever. It could be, I'm taking the day off and going to the spa. I don't care what your win is, but I want to celebrate them with you right now. So please, please, please drop them in the comments below so we can celebrate that as we go through what the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp is all about. Okay, so yes, we are going to dive head in first into studio enrollment and lead generation, because I know that while things are getting better from the last 2 years, a lot of us are still rebounding. And I want to see that we can get there as quickly as possible for you guys. So what I know to be true is that if we implement the strategies, we do the work, not only will you recoup your investment, right? Not only will we recoup your investment for the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp, but you will multiply your income. That we do know for a fact. Oh my gosh, yes, celebration. Let's celebrate this. Mom flew in and she is going to make some amazing Thai food. Woo! I love it, love it, love it. Oh my gosh, that is something to celebrate. Can y'all send me some? I would love that. Oh my gosh. Hey, hey, hey. So let us know as you are joining us. Oh my gosh. Mindy, can we absolutely celebrate this? Y'all, this is a huge deal. She got her first student register for next year for her brand new studio. Ah! Y'all, those wins make my heart so full of joy. And we should be celebrating those with everybody that we love who supports us. It's okay to celebrate the wins. Sometimes we're so used to celebrating others' wins because we're so proud of them and excited for them, but yet we dim our own light and we don't share our own wins. But what we focus on grows. So we have to be willing to share our own wins and celebrate our own successes because they're important. They're important, y'all. So keep them dropping. Oh my gosh. Okay, Caitlin. Woo! And y'all, can we celebrate first of all? Caitlin is going to be one of their members in the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp. So, and she filled one baby camp and had to open new spots. Yes, y'all, the celebration. Go, 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 go. Right? It's so, so good. Oh my gosh. Love it, love it, love it. So, yes, that we are going to dive into continuing the enrollment strategy, right? And I know Caitlin, I talked to her and she already implemented one of the strategies that we talked about, and it is working, right? It is absolutely working. So, yes, we are going to talk about studio enrollment and lead generation. But we also need to dive into retention because it's one thing to get those kiddos in the door or teachers in the door, but we have to keep them. We want to keep them for the long haul. We want this to be their studio home. So I am going to share with you some strategies on how do we make sure that retention is top of the morning. Shut the front door, Caitlin. 200 members as of this morning to her mom group. She is creating her own amazing container that she can sell to. And she started it yesterday with 0 people, and we now have 200 members. Amazing, y'all. Amazing. Then in the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp, we are going to dive into studio culture because this is the heartbeat of your studio. This is the story that we are singing to your community, and it matters. It matters because for so many reasons, right? It matters because if you want to keep the drama mamas out of your studio, you need to know what you stand for and what your studio culture is. And everybody that comes inside your building is singing the same song. And when you do that, your community knows what you're there for. They know what you're all about. And everybody is on the same page. Makes your life so beautiful. So we're going to talk about studio culture. We will also dive into systems to make your life easier. Now, I just told you that systems and automation are not in lieu of human connection. I am a big proponent of that. But systems do free up more time for you and allow you to actually make more money. I get asked the question all the time, Erin, how do you do it all? Right? How do you get it all done? Now, first of all, if I'm being honest, it's not just me. I have an amazing team that supports me and helps me achieve our big vision and our goals together, right? But systems are the key. And my even my kids will tell you in life there's a system for everything. Right? We have a system for how we make lunches. We have a system, right? Systems help us be more productive and get more done and actually free up more time for you to actually do the things that you love and you want to do and you wish that you had more time to do. One of my clients, Angie, when we actually put some systems into place for her, she was like, holy moly, number one, I have never in all my years of being a studio owner been 6 weeks ahead of schedule when it comes to recital planning. So that was a huge win. And she had been trying to repaint her kitchen cabinets for 6 months. And once we implemented systems and our calendaring system, she found extra time in her schedule to actually get it done, y'all. So, systems actually can make your life easier. And I will be sharing with you guys my secret hack to creating systems. And I will have also be having the systems queen, my right hand gal, Miss Paula, come in, and she will be sharing with you guys how she creates systems and SOPs for our companies because we actually have multiple companies that we run here. We have our dance company, right? We've got Birdie's Kids in Motion. We've got Aaron Bird Coaching. We have Arts Enrichment for All, which is our nonprofit that we have launched. We we actually have several businesses outside of our, dance and arts education, umbrella. So we are busy bees, but systems are the key to unlocking more time and freedom and money in your businesses. So we have to dive into that. Now, we will also be diving into a unique, and when I say unique, this is about you, your specific goals, your dreams, your vision of success. It's not about mine. And we will be creating together a unique and custom year-long marketing plan specifically for you to align with your goals, your visions, and your dreams. Now, one of the things that I can say that I pride myself on is that my programs are not a cookie cutter program. Yes, there's foundational pieces for business that I think that we should all discuss and implement to create a strong foundation, but your unique vision of success, what success looks like to you, can look very different than what it looks like to me, or looks like to Caitlin, or Mindy, or Jessica. Everyone has their own vision of success. And so your marketing plan and your strategy to get there has to align with your vision of success. And if your goal is to add another 50 students, right? Awesome. Let's lay out a plan to get you there. If your goal is to, you know what, I don't want to teach as much. I would love to be home 3 nights a week to have dinner with my kiddos, but still bring in the same amount of revenue and profit, then great. Let's figure out a plan specific for you. Even inside my group coaching programs, yes, we tailor this to you and your specific needs. And that also starts with marketing. We are going to talk about, oh my gosh, perfecting your pricing. A lot of studio owners get hung up on this. There's a lot of discounts that are thrown around. There's a lot of scales that happen, and if you take this many classes, you get this much of a discount. I am a numbers gal. I make data-driven decisions. I make decisions based on facts and not feelings. Feelings play in there too a little bit, but data is the driver, right? Because data doesn't lie. Right? So we are going to dive into things like perfecting your pricing and tuition structures and looking at your numbers and looking, if you're established, are there gaps in your business? Right? Are there gaps in your business? So we are going to dive into that. And if you saw my post, I posted on my personal page. And if we're not friends personally, hey, hit me up. I would love to be friends on a personal page too. But you might have seen that I just helped a studio owner, one of my clients. We found almost $65,000 that we were able to add to her bottom line without adding a single student because we looked at her numbers, we looked at exactly what was happening, and we made data-driven decisions. And that's adding an extra $65,000 to her bottom line. I call that a win, y'all. I call that a win, right? I don't know about you, but let me know in the comments who else here is like a travel junkie. I am. Like when I was growing up, I told my family, I either want to be a dancer or I want to be a nomad. Those were like my two options, y'all, of what I wanted to be when I grew up. So, $65,000 will take me on a couple of vacations, right? Yes. Oh my gosh. Can I share this, Jessica? A clear picture of the financials is crucial to making informed business decisions. Yes, 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 right? It's absolutely crucial. And so when we know the numbers, when we understand the data, we can make informed business decisions, like the one we made for my client who resulted in $65,000 to her bottom line, right? So we will dive into that, right? Because being a business owner, it is key that we understand our financials. It is we have to. Now, we also will talk about additional revenue streams, and which ones might make the most sense for you, and the priority for rolling them out based upon the quickest path to cash. So, we will talk about those, and of course, we're going to talk about scaling to the next level. We're going to talk about staffing. We're going to talk about hiring. You know, if you've ever thought, man, I wish there was like a summer class on how to be a studio owner, like a successful studio owner, this is it. This is all the foundational pieces. And so if you are just starting out, if and you want to set yourself up for success, like Brianna, who is joining us, and she is in, yes, she had been teaching for someone else. We started her doing a mobile program. So she got her revenue in, and she was able to multiply her income by 7 times while we worked together to get her mobile program going. And it's actually now funded her own brick and mortar. And so she is going to be opening her own brick and mortar studio in the fall as well. And so we will talk about how do we scale to the next level, again, based upon your own unique desires and goals that you have for yourself and your family and your business. Now, I want to tell you guys this, that there's so much possibility out there for you. And no matter if you're brand new, you might be a seasoned studio owner. You might have owned your studio for a while, but again, you might fall into that camp of, I kind of feel like an accidental studio owner. I kind of feel like I'm a creative and I don't relate to the business stuff, or I kind of avoid the business stuff and I rather do the fun stuff, like more rhinestones, right? Because you don't feel confident in that role. Then the Studio Accelerate, y'all. Let me take a drink. Now I'm gonna choke. Excuse me. The Studio Accelerator Bootcamp, it is for you, right? Yes. She's joining. So good. So that if you fall into that camp, the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp is for you. If you are looking to grow your enrollment in a way that doesn't feel out of alignment with you, that doesn't feel like you're trying and throwing spaghetti at the wall, then this is for you, right? And so I want to open it up. If you guys have questions, I want to answer those for you as well. So start dropping those in the comments below because I want to answer any questions that you have. Now, let's show this here. Of course, you can get all the details and to enroll if you'd like at erinbird.com/studio-accelerator. Now, what I will tell you is this is a small group. Like I told you, it's not a cookie cutter program. This is not a big box program where we're throwing a whole bunch of people into it and people get lost. I don't believe in that. I believe in really walking side by side with you, hand in hand with you, and making sure that you have the support and accountability that you need to reach your goals. And so because of that, we keep the group small. Right now, we only have about 7 more spots available. It does start next week, but y'all know me, I'm not a high pressure kind of gal. It's just not who I am. I know that anyone who comes into my camp, who feels drawn to me, who are my people, they know that I believe timing is correct. And so you can grab all the information there. We can have an outside conversation. We can get in a messenger. We can jump on Zoom. We can have a conversation about if this is right for you. Now, here's a little bit about the program. So each week we will dive into one of these topics. Now, when you become a member of the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp, why is that a mouthful for me this morning, y'all? I don't know. When you become a member of the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp, you get first and foremost a one-on-one private call with me so we can map out your goals, your plans, and create a plan and a roadmap for you to get there, right? This helps me know what your true goals are and how we can really make this program work for you. So it starts out with that. Then each week we will dive into a topic like we talked about: enrollment, retention, systems, studio culture, staffing, right? We're going to do a deep dive training on that particular topic. All your questions will be answered. We're there to support you. We also have a private Facebook group where you have access to me, my team, and the community 24/7 to help you anytime. We have people in all time zones, y'all. We have people all over the world. And so you will have the support that you need no matter what time basically it is. There will be somebody there to lift you up and to support you. And we use that space to cheer each other on, to celebrate the wins, and to ask the questions that come up for you. Because as you go through the program, there will be questions that come up, right? And so we want to make sure that those get answered in real time for you. And we use that hub, that container of that private group, because here's the thing: if that question comes up for you, it might also be coming up for others. And so we drop it all in there for you, so everybody can learn together, right? Now, we also, inside this program, I'm trying to type at the same time, and y'all, we'll see if it works. You let me know. Okay, so also, as part of the program, excuse me, as part of the program, we have the community. We've got the one-on-one call. We've got the weekly calls over the course of the 10 weeks. And we have added to this round of the Studio Accelerate Bootcamp, we have actually added 3 amazing bonuses for you. We have a training that we are going to do on CRM systems and how to utilize them and get the most out of it, because I think they are crucial to any studio. We are doing a training on our enrollment dashboard and how do we use that to really leverage and see where the gaps are in our enrollment. I can't tell you how many times I asked the question to studio owners, well, how's enrollment go? Oh, it's going good. And then I actually break it down and I'm like, you're not even breaking even in some of these camps or some of these classes. We've got work to do, right? So we have a dashboard that we will be sharing with you that will help you know exactly what you need to focus on, right? Then we will also be doing a training on my calendaring system that unlocks free time for you. And I'm going to be sharing a template that we use to plan out our studio year. And if we're being honest, I use it to plan out my life as well, right? It's so good. It helps me plan out my life and see my vision and know exactly what's coming. So we're always proactive and working ahead and not working, but like scrambling and being reactive. Because if we're in that place, we are not actually working to our full potential and we don't get the results that we want. So we are going to be sharing that with you as well. Now, I know you might be wondering, Erin, what does this Studio Accelerator Bootcamp cost? So, y'all, this program is well worth what we are charging. I mean, honestly, it's probably priced too low, but I know the last 2 years that y'all have had. So for this round of the Studio Accelerator Bootcamp, you have two choices, right? If you want to pay in full, you can pay in full, and that's $888 for the 10 weeks. Or if that might not work with your budget or you rather put it over payments, you can also do 3 payments of $333, right? Totally affordable. I want you guys to get the best results possible. I want to see you guys, oh my gosh, step into your role and feel confident as a studio owner. And I want you to have the tools that you need to grow your business exactly where you need to be. And so, like I said, I am here. I would love to chat with you more about it. We only have a few spots left for this round, so don't wait too long to get in, but we will be kicking off June 23rd, y'all. And our Zooms that we have, of course, they are all recorded. So if you can't make one because you're going to be on the beach somewhere, hey, I'm all about it. So those will all be recorded, available for replay, and you will have access to those through your portal that we have for all of our members. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below or reach out, shoot me a message, and I would love to chat with you more. I hope that you have a fantastic day. And let me tell you, I also am going to be hosting a free pop-up training this Friday at 9 a.m. talking about some of those business foundations. So, yes, Jessica, thank you. It can potentially be tax deductible expense because it's continuing education. It is, consulting and advertising marketing. So absolutely. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. So yes, absolutely. You can write this off. So good. So y'all, I hope that you guys will join me on Friday for our pop-up training that we will be hosting on business basics. And that will be happening at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. I will be dropping later in the group the information on that and how you can register for that. But until then, friends, I hope that you have a fantastic week. Go out there, take on the world, and do amazing things because possibility is out there. I promise you, you could do this. So I'm going to leave you there. Have a fantastic day, my friends, and I will see you very, very soon for more joy, for more business strategies and mindset and inspiration on the Iron Bird Live Show. So I'm going to leave you there. Bye, my friends, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.